The Brig at Paddy's Market, Glasgow. Nellie is rummaging through a pile of second-hand clothes and toys lying on a sheet on the ground. Bridget is selling. Detta is also searching a pile for something of interest.
Oh, nice stuff there, Nellie. All gone cheap.
Called the day, Bridget.
Oh, it's no half. That wind would cut you in two. Is that you moved out now?
No, no yet.
I thought they'd started on your street.
Aye, but just the tap end. We're down the bottom of the street.
Are you still down there? Still in the same house?
Aye, I'm still there.
My God, you've been there a long time, Nellie.
Aye, but no for much longer. Tap out the streets all away. It's like the Blitz.
I can imagine. My niece has just left Anderston and she tells me what it's like. She says, Auntie Bridget, you wouldn't know the place now. Everything's coming down.
Aye, and she's right. You wouldn't know it.
She went down to Irvine. She married a boy for Ayrshire and he wanted to go back down there. He got a job in one of the factories and their name is down for a house. Irvine's going to be the new town and she says it's beautiful. A long way on the bus, mind you.
I could have told you that. Our Andrew and his pals used to camp down there as boys. He loved Irvine, the sand dunes and the water and that.
Well, that's nice to know because that's where she's gone. My other niece is in Easterhouse.
And how does she like that?
Oh, loves it. Beautiful big flat she's got. Her two boys share a room and the wee lassie's got her own room.
2 bedrooms? My, that's great.
No, 3. Her and her man's got their own room and all.
They have not. 3 bedrooms for just the 5 of them?
Ma, can I get this?
No, and you be quiet when I'm talking.
Aye, 3 bedrooms. Nae set-in beds in these hooses. A kitchen, or as she calls it, a kitchenette. And a lavatory and a bath, eh?
A bath?
Aye. And she's got a nice big sitting room and all with a glass door that opens out onto a veranda. Beautiful. The only thing she's no so keen on is the fact there's a big canal down at the end of the hooses. She's got to watch with the wains and that. Mind you, as far as I'm concerned, that tea could be a blessing. With any luck, that swine she's married to will forget his way home for the pub one night and end up head first in the water.
Well, you never know. God works in mysterious ways.
She's no got her sorrows to seek with that bastard. He'd given her an awful life. Oh, a beautiful lassie and all.
Well, here's hoping your niece will get rid of him and maybe she'll end up with a nice big house to herself.
Ma!
I'm warning you. What have I told you about interrupting me when I'm talking, eh?
It's all right, Hen.
No, it's not right, Bridget. You mind your manners, lady, or I'll take my hand to you.
So, where are you going, Nellie?
I'm going nowhere. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like the countryside or that. I've been on many a nice bus runs, but there's no way I'm moving out of Glasgow.
But your house will be coming down, will it no?
Oh aye, it's coming down. And to be honest, if they don't pull it down, it'll fall down. I think the only thing that's holding up is the dirt and the bloody rats. It was bad enough before, but now with all the houses getting pulled down, it's as if they've wakened them up for a sleep. They are everywhere. Right enough, there is one good side to it all.
What's that, Hen?
You can get plenty of wood for the fire. I've hardly had to buy a bag of coal since the demolition started.
Christ, Nellie, you shouldn't be picking up sticks at your age. So what'll you do? Where are you going to go?
I'm in for one of the new houses. So is our father. He's staying with his sister and her man now, and I've got the Wayne, but when he gets his house, she'll be gone to stay with him.
Ah, that's the game. Your lassie no come home yet?
Oh, no, I don't know what to make her. I really don't.
Well, what can you do? See families, I'm not kidding you, they break your heart. Anyway, you're getting a new place, and I take it you'll be near one another.
Oh aye, we'll still be round one another.
Still in the same area?
Aye, but my son-in-law says the corporation's making way for the new road and on the bridge, and he says it'll cut the heart right out the place. But I'm telling you now what I tell him. They can build all the big bridges they want, but there's no way they get me out to Anderston.
You're quite right, Hen.
Ma, I'm hungry!
Oh, well, just give me a minute and I'll get you something.
Detta stares down at her scuffed shoes as Nellie stoops so far forward into a pile of second-hand clothes on a sheet on the ground that she nearly loses her balance. She tugs up a little summer dress out of the pile and holds it against Detta.
Come here. Straighten up. You're like a half-shot knife.
I'm trying to get that.
Leave that alone. Right. That'll do you for when the weather's better, if you don't keep growing, that is. Give me one of the packets of needles too, the ones in the fancy basket of roses, Kurt.
Bridget helps Nellie put her purchases into her old, worn-out grocery bag. Holding up the doll,
Ma, can I get this?
No, put it down.
Greta puts down the doll onto the pile of clothing and falls into a sulk.
Ah, well, I'll hear how you get on. Maybe by the time I see you next, you'll be in your new house.
You never know. Cheerio, Bridget.
Nellie, here. Take that for the wee lassie.
Oh, thanks all the same, but I'll no bother. I've still to get us a bite to eat.
I don't want anything for it. You and me go away back together, remember? And you've bought stuff off me for the years. It's got a china face, it might be worth a wee bit. Anyway, some bugger will only end up stealing it. This place is getting worse.
Thank you very much.
No bother, hen. Her bonnet's torn, but your granny's a great sewer, so she'll show you how to fix it. Take care of yourself, Nellie.
Thanks, Bridget. That's kind of you.
They walk hand in hand as though leaving the market and going into the busy street.
Tell me about when you were a wee lassie, Ma. Show me your house again.
I've told you before, I tell you every time we come down here.
Tell me again. How do you put your stuff down on the ground?
No, I put my stuff down on the ground, no down on the ground. Is that what they teach in a Protestant school? You start talking right, my lady, or I'm going to be talking to your daddy. Get you moved to one of the posh schools that keep you in. Or better still, I'll put you to the nuns. They'll soon sort you out.
Okay, the ground then. Did you have a lot of stuff?
Enough to sell and feed us. All carried on my back and all. I didn't even have a buggy to wheel it in. Some of them now even got motors to bring it in. But back then, nobody had very much. And you got nae help in they days. Nae help at all. Just round the corner where I showed you, that's where I was born. And that nice woman that gave you the dolly, she was born in the next close on the very same day. What do you think of that?
And what about your poor mammy? Tell me that.
Aye, my wee mammy got up out her sick bed to wave me off at the window the day I made my first Holy Communion. And by the time I got back, God had taken her.
And what about your cold feet? Tell me that, Ma.
About nae shoes? Aye, standing in the cold with nae shoes on my feet, just rags tied round an old pair of stockings, and the frost thick on the ground.
The ground, Ma, no the ground.
It'll be none of this and aye and no when we get to the new houses. We'll need to remember to speak proper.
Are we going for cabs and ribs?
Aye, but nae greeting for sweeties on the way home, because you're getting none.
You always say that. Then you get me sherbet lemons at the wee shop at the chapel.
Well, I'm saying again, and this time I mean it. I've enough to get us fed, and then we'll just walk home.
Nellie suddenly shivers and pulls Detta around in front of her. She tugs at the collar of the child's coat.
Here, button up your neck. Oh, see these old horns?
Ah, that's Jaggy!
Jaggy or no, you keep that coat fastened up or you'll get pneumonia.
What's that, Ma?
Pneumonia? It's when you get the freezing cold into your lungs. You can die with it, and that's how you need to keep your neck buttoned up and your hat on in the cold weather.
My daddy let me go out without my coat on.
When?
Last week when he took me to the park.
Pittles pelting all last week.
I wasn't in card because I was running a bit with wee William.
That's it. I'll be talking to him, letting you run about in the freezing cold and the soaking wet. Oh, see that, man?
Don't tell him I tell him. You, or he no take me who again.
I'll not be letting him take you again. And I suppose that William was his usual cheeky self. I hope he wasn't teaching you any merry swear words.
No.
What's up? Was he at it again?
No.
You're telling me lies. I can always tell.
He didn't say effing basket or current or sing that bad song about the Pope.
That's just well for him. So, what did he say if it wasn't effing basket or current or sing that bad song about the Pope?
Just about my mammy.
What about your mammy?
Well, see, I tell him she was working in London as a beauty queen, 'cause that's what my daddy told me.
Oh, lassie. Is that what your daddy told you?
Aye.
And what did that cousin of yours say about that?
Said I was a liar. Said he told his daddy, and when he was in his bed, he heard him telling my Auntie Izzy about it.
And what did Izzy say?
My Auntie Izzy said I was a poor wee soul. And then he heard my Uncle Hugh bursting out laughing And he said my mammy was a dirty hoover that dumped her weighing on in an old woman. William said it was all lies about my mammy being a beauty queen in London.
Is that right?
Aye, Ma. What did my Uncle Hugh mean about a dirty hoover?
Oh, don't you bother what his daddy says. His daddy's a bloody woman. He's an ignoramus with the manners of a pig. Then again, what more do you expect for somebody that bangs a drum in an orange band? Aye, that's all he's good for, banging his big stupid drum.
But what did they mean? What did my daddy say that for, if it was a lie?
Your daddy wouldn't lie to you, hen. Your mammy does live in London. Remember the carriage you sent you with a big red bus on it?
Aye.
Well, there you are. And to your daddy, she always was a beauty queen. So you see, it's not really a lie. And when I get my horns on that William, I'm going to wring his fat wee neck.
But Ma, what did he mean about a dirty hoover?
Never you mind, Detta. That's bad talk. Just forget about him and his damn old dad. When we get home, we'll get a nice cup of tea and I'll show you how to sew your dolly's bonnet. And you never know, I might just have enough in my purse for 2 ounces of sherbet lemons.
I love you, Ma.
Oh, I love you too, hen. And nobody's ever going to do you any harm as long as I'm around.
Nellie is suddenly gripped by chest pain. Detta holds on to her, fearing she's going to faint.
Detta, I think we need to forget about the ribs, hen. Your ma's not feeling too well.
Your face is all white and sweaty.
Nellie reaches for a wall and starts to slide down to sit with her back against it and knees bent up.
This is how the doctor told me to sit. It helps the pain.
Nellie's hand lets go of her shopping bag and Detta hurriedly gathers up the spilled contents.
That's a good lassie. Hold on to my purse, Detta.
Detta grips the bag tightly.
I've got it, Ma. Don't worry, Ma. Ma, you alright?
Run into that close. Chat one of the doors. Tell them to get a doctor.
Open the door. Hurry up. I'm all set, please.
Nellie's poorly furnished and untidy single end. The set in bed is unmade. Detta is at the big wooden table, dressed in school uniform, and Billy is cooking porridge. A pile of rags lie on the floor beside an old treadle sewing machine. A Sacred Heart picture is on the wall.
Now remember, you have to go straight to your Auntie Izzie's after school.
Daddy, you tell me that already.
Well, just in case you forget. Here, eat up.
I hate porridge.
Well, I've nothing else for you, so you'll have to eat it.
Mom makes me toast.
There's no bread in for toast, and even if there was, there's no butter to put on it.
There's jam. Ma got me a jar of jam. Strawberry jam. Yum yum.
Aye, well that's how you're a wee fat barra, eating that strawberry jam down here. Your old granny's got you spoiled, Detta. Do you know that? You eat up that porridge like a good lassie, because your wee pal will be here for you any minute.
Detta waits till his back is turned and plops a dollop of porridge into the drawer of the table.
Had I have known she'd nae breed, I'd have brought some down the road. Old Nellie will be up in that Royal Infirmary getting her toast and scrambled eggs and all the tea she wants, lucky old sod.
I like it when you stay, Daddy. How can you not stay here another night?
Because I'm on the late shift for the next 4 hen. That's how you've got to go to Izzie's after school.
I wish you could stay all the time with me and Ma.
Well, I can't. I've got to stay at your Aunt Izzie's. Even if your Uncle Hugh and his stupid boy are pains in the arse and never stop talking. Do you know how I can't stay? Look, there's only one bed. Do you think your old granny would let me squeeze in the back there with you and her?
Tonight?
A blue nose like me, cooling in under the covers while she rattles her rosary beads under the light of her flickering wee candles. No, hen. As much as I'm grateful for a wee night's peace away from Hugh's nattering, I can't stay here. When we get our new house, old Nellie can come over and stay some nights with you and me.
Aye. She can come and watch me if you and Joan go to the pictures again. And if you get married to Joan, Ma can stay with me and when you go your honeymoon.
Hey you, don't you be talking like that. Me and Joan are just good pals. Don't be, well, telling your pals that your daddy goes out with women. Do you hear me?
You've got a girlfriend, you've got a girlfriend.
You stop that, Detta.
William said you were kissing Joan.
Listen, lady, you're going to get a leathering. I'm telling you. Don't you listen to that William. He's just like his daddy, too much into other people's business.
That's what Ma said.
But William, what else did he say?
None.
What's he been saying to you?
None, Daddy.
Well, like I said, Joan happens to be a very good pal of mine, and that's all. So don't listen to any of the gossips up there, do you hear me?
Okay, Daddy. What does it mean when you say somebody's a dirty hoover?
Dirty Hoover? I don't know, Hen. How do you mean a dirty Hoover?
Well, if you're talking about somebody's mammy, and you said the mammy was a dirty hoover, what does that mean?
Data Hen, I don't know what you mean, but you better get your horns wiped. Look at the time.
Do you think Mum will be coming home soon, Daddy?
Stop calling her your ma, Data. She's no your ma, she's your granny. Nellie's got a bad heart, so she'll be in for a while, but when she gets a wee bit better, I'll see if the nurse will let you in. But for now, I've got to empty this bag with our stuff, and pack more stuff to take to the hospital. Then your daddy's got to do the late shifts, and then you and me will be back down here with a chicken supper and a bottle of ginger beer. What do you say? Hello, Hen. She's just coming.
Detta kisses him and exits. He leans out and calls after her.
Mind, straight to Izzy's.
Billy starts to unpack the bag he has brought from the hospital. He lifts out a huge brasserie and holds it up.
Christ, Nelly, who built that for you? Yaris?
He lifts out a string of holy medals, weighs them in his hand, and reads out the name of the saints.
St. Anthony, St. Martin de Porres, St. Gerard Magella, St. Joseph. No wonder you had a heart attack with all this on your neck.
He puts the contents of the bag to the side and opens a drawer to fetch a clean but old and threadbare nightie, which he places in the bag. A tin of talc follows, and then he holds up a bottle of perfume, reading the label.
French Meadow. Oh, what a stink. French Meadow when they showered it with mustard gas, more like. You'd need a mask to go near a woman wearing that.
He places the perfume back in the drawer and takes out an old photo of a man. He stares at it for some time and reads the inscription on the back.
To my beloved Nelly, till I hold you in my arms again. If only you'd have come back. Things might have been different. Things might have been easier for them.
He places the photo back in the drawer and sets about starting to shave it at the sink. There is a knock at the door. Without an invite, his brother-in-law Hugh enters.
Oh, I was hoping to catch you.
Oh, no him. Oh, come in. What's up with you?
What?
You're standing there like Dix in a dark green inspecting the place.
No, I'm no.
Tea in the pot if you want it.
No, I'm not staying. Izzy will be on her way down. I just thought I'd drop in to see how things were going.
I've only been away one night. Missing me already? Here, how are you not at your work?
Oh, I'm just on my way to the doctor's.
You're not after another panel line.
I am, as a matter of fact. My back's giving me bother again. I can hardly move it. I'm in agony.
Your arse.
Seriously, Billy.
Well, that'll be no more band practice for you. Just as well we're past the marching season.
Aye, just as well. That doctor will need to give me something for the pain.
Well, you know, just after work, after you and Izzy came back for Rothsay.
I don't think so.
You were. Mine, just after wee William's birthday.
Oh, I'm not sure. I've lost track of time.
I don't know, that must be a hell of a tolerant boss you've got. See, if you worked in our place, you'd be out the door.
No, my fault if my doctor signs me off.
You're always off.
No, I'm no.
Aye, you are. And you know something? Wee William's the same. You've got him like yourself. As he said, he's always tried to dog off the school.
No, he's no.
Aye, he is, Hugh. Anyway, what time are you going to the doctor's?
Oh, I'm just heading up the new.
But your doctor's is up the top of the road, is he no?
Aye, but I just thought I'd pop down and see if you're doing anything or that.
Doing anything?
Well, just anything's been happening.
What? Since I left your house at 7:30 to come down to my old mother-in-law's? I mean, what could have happened since then?
Alright, I just wondered.
You just wondered if there was any gossip, any scandal for Nellie's neighbourhood. Do you think I come down here late night and put on Nellie's pinny and went to store in the close, clucking away with the rest of the women? We're not all like you, Hugh. You, Hugh. That rhymes.
Aye, very funny. You're a right comedian. You should be at that Kelvin Hall with the rest of the clowns.
It's you that's the joker, Bailey, no me. I'm not the one gone up to the doctor for another line when you know fine well you were doing at the wrestling last week. That's how you got your sore back.
No, it's no. Anyway, I better be gone.
Aye, you better.
Oh. So are you staying down here or what?
When?
I just wondered if you plan to stay here a week or what?
No, Izzy told me to bring the Wayne up the road, so she's coming to yours after school. I'm on late. Some of us have got to work, you know.
So you'll no be back here after the day?
Hugh, what is this? What's going on?
Nothing. Anyway, you got up to see Nelly today?
Gone up this morning to haul stuff in.
I might come with you. You don't mind, do you?
But you've got the doctors to go to. Think of your back, Hugh.
I'll no go up. I'll go up the new, and by the time you get ready, I'll be in and out. I'll hang about at the top of the road and watch for you.
You don't need to bother. I'll probably not even get in to see her. And all that stoning about in corridors, Hugh, that'll no do you any good. In fact, you're a hell of a colour. If I was you, I'd get myself right up to that doctor and straight into my bed.
Oh, I'll manage. Sometimes you've just got to think of others worse off than yourself. Anyway, I'll get you the corner.
There is a knock on the door and Izzy pops her head in.
Anybody home?
Izzy enters. She's surprised to see Hugh with Billy. There is a bit of an unspoken exchange between Izzy and Hugh behind Billy's back. She's trying to establish whether Hugh has told Billy anything he shouldn't have.
I'm just gone. Dived in to see Billy for a minute.
Well, you better dive out again. Go on, scoot.
I'll see you, Billy.
What if I see you first?
What's he been saying?
Nothing. How? Here, what's going on?
Doesn't matter. The Wayne away?
You've just missed her.
This is all our stuff.
Just this one, the other bag's for Nelly.
You put in my knickers and stockings for Dorcha?
Aye.
And you've told her she's to come to us after school?
Aye, I've told her. I appreciate all you're doing, Izzy. I really do. I hate having to ask you since you're already putting me up, but as you know, if nobody else, as soon as my lates are done, I'll bring her back here.
Oh, don't be daft. She's my niece. I'm only doing what anybody would do.
Aye, and do that on mother.
Well, actually, Billy, I was going to say to you...
Aye, when you think of that one down there, one postcard in all this time.
I know that, but...
I mean, what kind of woman would do that to her own Wayne? Not to mention what she's landed her old Molly. She knows damn fine Nelly's no got the room here. How many times did we hear her going on about having to grow up here? There wasn't room to swing a cat, I'd no privacy. A single end wasn't good enough for her, but it's good enough to leave her Wayne in.
Look, Billy, there's nobody said any more about her than me, but...
Aye, and you were right all along, Izzy. I just didn't want to believe you.
But that's all in the past now. You're much happier. You said it yourself. And you're seeing a nice lassie now. Who knows? Maybe you and Joan will make a go at it. Old Nelly's done. You do know that.
Aye. Joan took a wee look in it after her shift. She said it doesn't look good. How will it cope if she loses Nelly?
Don't think about that now, Billy.
Anyway, when we get word for the corporation about a place, the Wayne will have a bit more stability again. We'll be out of you and Hugh's road.
I've told you, it's no bother. Me and Hugh are happy to have you. But listen, Billy,
Just checking our goonies packed. Get yourself tea.
no, I need to be getting away. But Billy, before I go, I need to tell you something.
Why? I'll spit it out then.
Bernie's coming home.
Billy lets his shaving cup and brush clatter onto the floor. He is shocked and suddenly angry.
What?
She's coming home to see Nelly.
Billy crosses the room to face her, drying his hands on a tea towel as he goes and tossing it angrily onto the floor.
And how does she know about Nelly?
I tried to tell you last night before you brought the Wayne back here.
You tried to tell me what?
I phoned the woman she lodges with.
You what?
I phoned and left a message for her, and when I was with her at the hospital, the nurse told me she had a message for me for Nelly's daughter to say she was coming home.
And you knew this yesterday?
Aye, but
But what? Were you not going to tell me? Were you just going to wait till she got here and chap the door?
Billy,
Don't you Billy me. What was she going to do? Walk in as if she'd just been down to the fucking dairy for milk?
I knew you'd be upset. That's why I was frightened to tell you. I knew you'd be like this, angry, bitter.
And what would you have been like if Hugh had done that to you?
I know how you feel, believe me.
You know how I feel.
Aye, I do as a matter of fact. Anyway, don't start on me. I'm on your side.
Ah, you sound like it. Gone behind my back, phoning that whore.
Her ma's dying.
You think she'd give a damn if Nelly dies? She doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't care any more about old Nelly than she does about her own Wayne. The only one she's interested in is herself.
I know that. I know what she is, son. She's a toe rag. Everybody knows it. There's no one around here that'll give her the time of day after what she did to you. But I just thought...
Not Izzy, you didn't think. Because if you had to give it any thought at all, you wouldn't have phoned for her to come anywhere near here.
He sits down at the table and lights a cigarette.
2 years and 2 months. Where did she started back?
Aye, I remember. I know how hard it was for you.
You've no idea. Nobody has. Coming home and finding a note to say your wife, your Wayne's ma, has packed her bags and wasn't coming back.
That was a terrible day for you, for the two of yous.
Night shift in that black hole of a place I was working in, gnawing my horns to the bone, trying to earn what I could, and that tart, that whore, was carrying on behind my back with Mario.
But that's past, Billy. I remember you did give that guy an awful beating. He took the doing after you for the two of them. But look at you now. You survived.
Oh aye, that's past. The pipe which she did to me, well, like you say, I survived. But what she did to her own wee lassie, I'll never forgive her, never.
I know that. But the fact is, she's coming. And you'll just need to face up to that.
Oh, I'll face up to her any day of the week. But she's not getting anywhere near the Wayne, so if you want me to move out of yours with Dorcha.
No, don't be ridiculous, Billy.
I'm serious. You can make all the phone calls you want to your old dancing pal, but you're not letting her anywhere near my Wayne.
You're out of order. You know I've had nothing to do with her.
That's a lie. You wrote to her.
I wrote to her to tell her what I thought of her, and only because she wrote to me first.
Oh aye, so you say.
That's the truth and you know it. She sent her address and gave me all that crap that she would always love me, that she would always think of me as her sister. And aye, she was my pal. My best pal, and I loved her. But any friendship I had with her, any love I ever had for her, end of the day she did that to you in that way. I swear to you, Billy.
So where's she staying? Here?
I've no idea. As far as I know, the only key to this place is the one that's there. So, it's up to you whether you let her use her ma's place or no. Poor Nellie's such a good woman, Billy. Don't let her go out the world seeing her family are tearing each other to shreds. Be the man that you are. A decent man. Let Bernie come. Let her see her ma all she wants. Just deal with this like you've dealt with everything else up to now.
Doesn't seem I've much of a choice now that she's coming.
You know how hurt and ashamed Nellie is because of what Bernie's done. But at the end of the day, they're blood to one another. And you know what they say about blood and water.
Well, that's it, I suppose. You take Dorcha's stuff to your house and I'll drop this into the ward. Nellie always thought the sun shined out her daughter's arse. There was nobody like her beautiful Bernadette, up on a bloody pedestal she was.
Well, we were all guilty of that, Billy. We could all see the beauty, but there was none of us who could see the coldness in her. Anyway, hand in the key on your way to the hospital, and when I'm finished up the road, I'll get back down here and straighten this place up. That flare looks like it hasn't been washed in years.
No, you're doing enough.
Rubbish. There's a bowl of soup in the big pot for you before you go out to work.
She picks up the doll from the table and a bobbin of thread.
Who's doing the sewing?
An old pal of Nellie's for the brigade gave Dorcha the dolly just minutes before she collapsed. The old June was going to learn her to sew the bonnet.
Well, Dorcha seems to have managed. No bad for a wee 9-year-old.
Oh, you cheeky midden! I'm 9-year-old, gee, that was me that sewed that.
You sewing? Oh, I need to see that.
Sewing, making lumpy porridge, seeing to old women's underwear. No end to my talents.
That's more like it.
What?
You, smiling. Keep your chin up, Billy. You've come a long way since you lost the house. You got the drinking under control and you fought hard to get back on your feet. You're able to provide for your wee lassie again, and one day soon the corporation will be giving you the keys to a new house. You're a stronger man now, Billy. Just keep that in mind. A stronger man.
I'll get up to the Royal. Hugh's coming with me.
Lucky you.
Took the words out my mouth. Here, did he know about all this? Her coming and that?
Aye, but don't get mad with him, Billy. I wanted to tell you myself, so I told him not to say a word.
Well, for once he's managed to keep his big trap shut. Fly bugger.
Don't take it on him, right? I'm aware I'll get nothing done today. Mind and wrap that key.
Billy goes and stares out the window and then packs up his shaving kit and the rest of his bits and pieces. He goes to a photo on Nellie's wall of the teenage Bernie in the 1950s fashion. He lifts the photo down. He draws a finger over the photo.
Nellie's kitchen. Everything is tidier. The recess bed, however, remained unmade. As the lights go up, Izzy's finished off the mopping of the floor. She squeezes the mop onto the old tin mop pail, rests the mop on snippets of music, then turns it off. There is a knock on the door and she opens it. Bernie stands in the doorway, dressed elegantly in 1960s style. Her hair is worn high in a beehive style. She carries a small case. Izzy looks her sister-in-law up and down for a moment.
Hello, Izzy.
So you came. Didn't expect you'd be here as quick.
I hope you don't mind. I mean, it's alright me coming here.
Of course it's alright. It's your mother's house after all. Anyway, I'm just finishing up. I just came down to straighten the place up while your mammy's...
I can see that. Thanks. How is she?
She's getting well looked after, but she's no good. The nurse told me yesterday that you were coming.
I'll get right up to see her.
Well, they'll be expecting you, especially the way she is.
Is there anything she needs? Anything I can take up?
She's got all she needs. Billy's up there the now, he's honing me her stuff. A clean nightie, talc, washing stuff and that.
That's good of him. And how's...
How's who? The Wayne?
Aye. How's Detta?
Well, what can I say? Getting by, I suppose.
She doing well at the school?
She's doing very well.
Good. Is it alright if I make myself a cup of tea?
There's some warm in the pot. I just made it while I was finishing the floor.
That's great. I'm parched.
Bernie sweeps off her coat or jacket, revealing a smart, fashionable dress. Izzy eyes her up and down, admiring her elegant style.
Do you want a top up?
No, no thanks.
I got a lift as far as Carlisle and then a coach for there. A friend of mine decided to come up to visit family near Carlisle, so it saved a bit of time.
That worked out well for you then?
Aye, it did.
Izzy starts to put on her coat.
Well, I didn't expect you here as quick, but maybe it's just as well.
Izzy, you don't need to go.
My work's finished here.
You've done all this cleaning and... just have your tea, Izzy. Please.
No, I'll no bother. If you lock the door and put your mammy's key under the mat when you're going back to London, I'll know where to get it. As far as I know, there's only one key.
I'll get another one cut for you. I'll be doing the town after the hospital. I'll be staying the week. I got the time off.
Well, like I say, your mammy's in a bad way, so I think you're going to be needing the week off.
Right, well, I'll just drink this and then I'll get right up.
Mine Billy might still be up there the now. Hugh and him went up earlier, so if they've had to hang about, they might still be there. Maybe want to get an hour or so.
Aye, you're right. I'll get another hour. How is Billy? Is he well?
Well enough.
That's good. I heard he gave up the house. I heard he was living with you.
You hear a hell of a lot for somebody that's away down in London.
I was just saying, listen Izzy, I don't want to argue with you.
No, you don't.
I met a couple that live in Argyle Street. The fella was down in London for a job interview and his wife was with him. They came into the club where I work.
Still in the nightclub then? You've lasted a while there. You must be pleasing somebody.
It turns out they knew Billy because the lassie's sister was a neighbour of ours.
That's right, who's that then?
Who's who? The lassie or the sister?
The couple that knows Billy.
Name O'Jameson. Young couple, just met it. Awfully nice.
Jameson? Can't I say I know them. Who's the sister?
Anne Mitchell. Works at the Odeon.
Oh, Big Anne, that works the Odeon. Okay, I know that lassie.
Anyway, it was through them I heard that Billy had given up the house. I knew how much he loved the place.
No doubt about that. Put his heart into that house. But like everything else, he lost it. Do you know why? Do you? Because when you left, Billy crumbled. Went to pieces.
Look, Izzy...
Destroyed he was. Lost his job. He started drinking heavy after you left.
Billy was drinking heavy before I left.
No, like that he wasn't.
He was drinking heavy, believe me.
He was good to you.
I'm not saying he wasn't. But with all respect...
Respect? What would you know about respect? Anyway, you're here to see Nellie. She needs you now, so hopefully you'll be here for her, at least. As regards Billy and Detta, they're up in Stob Cross Street with me, and I'd appreciate it if you kept your distance. Oh, and just one other thing. If you pass me on the street, just keep walking. I've nothing to say to you, but if you dare to use my name, it's Isabel Bailey to you.
Name me Bernie and Izzy. Their days all gone.
You better believe the days are all gone.
Fair enough. If that's the way you want it.
Aye, that is the way I want it. Bernadette.
Izzy picks up her grocery bag and exits. Bernie walks around the room, looking at her mother's things. She notices the photograph of Decca on the mantelpiece. She lifts the photo, kisses it, and then replaces it. She then notices the photo of herself lying on the table. She puts it next to her daughter's photo. She starts to unpack a few items from her case, and then turns on the radio. Music plays, and then the radio DJ introduces Something More. A few bars of the song play, and Bernie starts to sing along to it. She dances around while she tidies a few things away, and near the end of the song, leans over the set-in bed to straighten up the covers. She should bend far enough that the audience see her suspenders and the tops of her stockings. Enter Hugh. Bernie's unaware that he has come in. He takes a good look at her legs and bottom, and after a moment, switches off the radio, startling her.
Well, well, well. And look what the wind blew in.
Hugh, I didn't hear you come in.
Didn't you think you did?
You've just missed Isabel. Did you not see her on the street?
No, I didn't. Decided to come up then?
Aye, I've taken the week off. I'm just getting unpacked and then I'll get right up to see my mammy. Isabel said you were up at the Royal. That was awfully good of you, Hugh.
Oh, somebody's got to do it. Can't leave her lying up there without her stuff.
Did you get in to see her?
No. Just handed in the bag, packed for her. So, will you be staying this week?
Aye, just the week. I tried to get longer, but
What? The punters would be queuing at the door waiting for a drink and, well...
I'm no talking about the cabaret club.
Oh, is that what you call it? A cabaret club? I heard it was merely well, let's just say a gentleman's establishment.
Well, you heard rang. I work in a cabaret club at night. But I've got a day job too. London's no cheap place to live in, you know. It's hard to get by on one job.
Oh, and what's this day job that you find it hard to leave for more than a week? Your man's at death's door after all.
I work in an office.
An office, you?
Aye. I'm doing a bit of receptionist work, learning all the secretarial duties, and my boss says there's a good chance I'll be able to work myself up to personal secretary to the managing director.
Personal secretary to manager the director, you?
Aye, that's what the manager said.
You worked in a chip shop. You washed totties and scrubbed flares. You suddenly turned into a receptionist, a secretary. Oh aye, that'll be the day.
Hugh, I don't care if you believe me or no. I'm not here to give an account of myself to you or anybody else. I'm only telling you because you asked. Now, like I say, you've missed Isabel, and if you don't mind, I've things to do.
Things today, it's all done. My wife's been down here all morning, cleaning the place and collecting your wee lassie stuff, so you've no much to do, except you've got no much to see to except yourself, that is.
I think you should go, Hugh.
Must be earning plenty already, 2 jobs in that. I don't know what they must be paying you for. I don't know what they pay you when you're trying to be a secretary, but I'm quite sure you must be earning a few bob in your night job.
Get out.
I mean, look at the cut of you. Smart hairdo, new clays, all the latest style. Must be doing something right.
Aye, I am doing something right. It's called working. Not that you would know anything about that. I've got 2 jobs. I'm putting myself through night classes to learn shorthand typing, and since I went down there, I've grafted in a way that would make your head spin. So don't you stand there with your insinuations.
Oh, insinuations, is it? Big words for somebody that could hardly read at school.
You shut up and get out my mother's house.
Aye, Billy told me my lassie had to help you with your schoolwork.
Wasn't he even at the same school as me? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about you, Miss Clever Clogs, waltzing back here with your fancy clays and your high and mighty attitude, thinking you're better than the rest of us.
That's a lie. I'm not, as you say, waltzing back, trying to impress anybody. I'm here to see my mother and...
Who? Your Wayne?
Get out.
Maybe if you be nice to me, I'll see what I can do.
Did you hear me?
Billy would never stand for you being near that wee lassie again. But then, maybe Billy doesn't need to know.
If you don't get out of here, I'll be having a word with him myself.
He wouldn't believe you. Wouldn't give you the time of day. So if it's him you're up to trying to get your hooks into, forget it. He's with a beautiful lassie now. A nurse and all.
Good for him.
Aye, it is. And the wee young dotes on her.
Glad to hear it.
No, Billy wouldn't give you another chance. He's with us now. We're happy to have him.
Aye, and the dig money he gives you. You'd be even happier with that. Saves you putting your coat on and going out to do a man's work. You talk about my 2 jobs. What is it that you do in that storeroom anyway, other than sitting on your fat arse, listening to the wireless and giving orders to wee boys just out of school?
That's the way of the world, honey. Some of us earn it sitting on our arses and some of us earn it lying on our backs.
Get out! I've listened to enough of you. Don't you go near my ma's ward again, or I'll have you removed. You're still what you always were. A nae user.
Get your hands off me. A nae user? No, hen. That's no hen. That's you're talking about. My wife's been down here scrubbing out your old ma's house, and she's helped look after your Wayne since you shot the craw with that grease ball just off the boat. We took Billy and gave him a roof over his head, and if it wasn't for us, your wee lassie would have been taken off for the two of yous.
My mother keeps Dorcha.
Aye, and Billy pays her. You don't.
How do you know what my mammy gets? You know nothing. Nothing!
Oh, aye, I do. Well, let me tell you, Billy helped me plenty. And not only for my ma helping you, it would have been you on the streets.
Is that right? Well, all I can say is Billy must have given you plenty for keeping him, because generosity was never in your nature. Oh, and don't get me wrong, you don't need to cast up what Izzy's done for my family, for my mammy and my Wayne. You're forgetting that I've known Izzy a hell of a lot longer than you have. I grew up with her, and her brother. She's a diamond, always was. Christ only knows how she get mixed up with the likes of you. 'Cause she's worth 10 of you, Hugh Bailey, and one of these days maybe she'll wisen up and start believing what she's been told for years, that she's married to a lazy swine.
Is that right?
Aye. And as for that gonk down at your club that you got your hands on, well, all I can say is, she must have come out the blind asylum.
What?
You heard. You're not the only one that hears gossip.
Bernie turns her back on him sharply and goes to the sink to steady herself. Hugh faces her back as she argues with him.
You're well known, Bailey. Well known for trying your luck where women are concerned. I mean, it's not the first time you've tried it on with me. And the same Billy would have broke you in half if I told him.
Shut your mouth, it's you that everybody knows. Anne, what do you think you're going to say when you walk up Argyle Street now? Oh look, there's Bernie Spears clip-clopping up the street with her fancy new gear. She looks the part. No, hen. What they'll be saying is, there's that cow that messed with Billy Spears. Oh no. You know the one with the eye tie that couldn't even speak a word of English, the one that was drapping her drawers for the foreigner that served chips while her man was out knocking his pan in and out the night shift.
Bailey!
Billy.
Get out of here.
I was just gone, Billy. I just came to see if you were...
Did you hear me?
Aye. Well, I'll get gone.
A sheepish Hugh exits, leaving Billy and Bernie at opposite sides of the room, staring at one another. Bernie looks afraid. She knows his temper well and fears the worst. He stares at her for a moment as his anger recedes. He looks at her, taking in her fashionable new style, and there is a haunted longing in his eyes. He lets his gaze fall to the floor and exits, banging the door loudly as he goes. Bernie starts to tremble badly as she makes her way to the big table. She collapses, sobbing into a chair. Instrumental music as the lights fade to blackout. Nellie's kitchen. Bernie is up a ladder, wiping down cornicings or picture rails or shelvings. She is dressed in a fashionable slacks and a nylon overalls as she is cleaning. Her head is covered with a headscarf. There's a knock on the door. She climbs down, cloth still in hand, and hesitates before answering the knock.
Who is it?
It's me.
She lays down the cloth, wipes her hands in her overall and smooths down her clothes. She hurriedly checks her appearance in the mirror and tidies loose strands of hair. She opens the door and Billy walks in, looking around, noticing her cleaning. The awkwardness between them should be palpable.
Just giving the place a wee freshen up.
So I see.
Must be years since that light's been cleaned.
Must be. Did you go up to see her then?
Aye.
Good. Listen, I'm here because I heard you were hanging about outside the school.
I didn't go near Dorcha. She didn't see me.
Well, I'm glad about that. She doesn't know you're up.
No, I didn't think you'd tell her.
I'll tell her. But no just yet.
I made sure she didn't see me. How did you know?
I was told. You were seen.
Who? Oh, you don't need to tell me. It's a wonder he can go to his work. Fear he'll miss something.
He's not at his work.
Well, there's a surprise.
He's got spondylitis.
Nosyitis, more like. Anyway, I was just watching for her. It's got nothing to do with him.
Well, he's only watching for her as well. Just as I am. And that's what I'm here to say to you. Don't try any funny moves. If you take that Wayne away, believe me, I'll find you.
I've no intentions of stealing data off you. I wouldn't do that.
Well, I'm not sure about what you'd do.
I'm telling you, I was just dying to see her.
You couldn't have been that dying to see her. It took you more than 2 years.
2 years, 1 month, and 11 days to be exact.
Oh, I'm glad to see you've learned to count.
Are you here to start with me now? I've already hid it for your brother-in-law about my lack of IQ. So I'm not on the telly answering all Bamber Gascoigne's questions. But Det is still my wee lassie.
Your wee lassie.
Let me finish. Despite all I've done, despite all you and everybody else thinks of me, she's still my Wayne. But I've made intentions of taking her away. This is her home and you're her father.
Quite sure of that?
I'm not even going to answer that. You know she's yours.
Funny enough, I do know.
Well then.
There is silence as Billy looks around the room. He crosses to the fireplace, lights a cigarette and smokes with his back to her.
I'd offer you a tea, but I knew you wouldn't take it off me.
Keep a cup.
Bernie fills the kettle and puts it on the gas. Billy leans in the fireplace and when he next speaks, his voice cracks with emotion.
Why you do it?
I tell you.
No, you didn't. You never told me.
I did. In my letter.
What? A scrap of paper you left on the table?
No. The one I sent you from London.
You never sent me any letter.
Aye, I did.
Well, I never wrote it.
Well then, it must have went missing in the post. When I never got a reply for you, I just took it for granted that you wanted nothing more to do with me.
I mean, if you're fed up with me, that's one thing. But to choose him over your Wayne?
I never left you to go away with anybody else.
Don't use that. Everybody knew about it. Everybody except me, that is.
No, you see, that's the trouble. Families here have lived in the same place for years. They're born here and by the time they die, they've only ever moved a couple of 100 yards. And everybody knows everything about everybody else. Or they think they do.
So they all got it wrong about you. You weren't a married woman with a Wayne that was diving about with Rosa the Chippy woman's nephew.
Depends what you mean by diving about.
You know fine well what I mean.
You battered that boy. You broke his nose. And you were lucky it didn't get you charged.
No more than he would have got back in... Where is it he comes from again? Napoli? Mind you, sounds better than saying you're from Glasgow, doesn't it? I hear he's got a wife and 4 Waynes. Didn't he tell you that when he was whispering into your ear over the deep fat fryer, did he?
Stop talking about him. He wasn't the reason I left.
I was. You owe it to me to tell me the truth.
You want the truth? I went out with Mario for a drink once. I tell you I was out with Angela for the shop and I'm sorry because I lied to you.
Aye. Just remind me where I was when you were out cuddling up to fucking Mario Lanza. Out grafting for you.
No, Billy. You weren't out at your work. You were doing it at the pub. Same place that you were most of the time in the months before I left.
Don't turn this all around as if it was my fault.
I'm not turning anything around. I've admitted I went drinking with another man.
A married man!
All right, a married man. Somebody flattered me.
Bernie, you're never the brightest, but are you really that stupid? You're 10 a penny to a guy like that. It wasn't for real.
I know that now. And that's what I tried to say to you in the letter you say you didn't get. I tried to tell you I didn't leave ye for him and I wanted you to take me back. He just happened to be there, rang at place at the wrong time for him. I wasn't in bed with Mario.
But I thought...
Well, you thought wrong. Mario was only ever somebody to flirt with. He made me feel special. I didn't want him. I just wanted out. I wanted to see life. Have a life.
You had a life, a good life.
No, I didn't. I had a life scrimping and scraping by with my mammy as far back as I can remember. Wearing other people's clothes and shoes and being looked down on because I had no da. I tell you what today all my life. My mammy, the nuns, prayers, confession, stuff down your throat till you're sick of it. And all that grief I got when I found out I was pregnant. The priest shooting me daggers when we went to ask him to marry us.
You were the one that wanted to get married in the chapel.
No, it wasn't. That was just another thing I went along with to please my mammy. It was never about what I wanted. And Nelly all my life telling me what to do. And then I got you. No, Bernie, you're no wearing that. It's too tight round the bust. It's too fitted round your bum. Men will be ogling you. No, you're no going to Dunoon with the rest of the lassies, because there might be a sailor lurking about looking in your direction.
Do you know how ungrateful you sound? Your old ma scrubbed stairs to...
I don't need you to tell me about my own mammy. I love her with all my heart. But none of the two of yous ever gave one thought to what I wanted.
Fancy man. London, that what you wanted? So, did you meet anybody down there?
Aye.
Still with him?
No. It was just a guy I met at the club. I was lonely.
You were the one that wanted to go down there.
Aye, I did. Ever since I was a wee lassie. And then, when I got there, all I wanted to do was run back. I sent you that letter, and when I didn't get a reply, I just assumed that was me and you finished. I mean, I couldn't blame you after me going like that, so I got friendly with
I don't want to know. I thought it was the Italian. Bailey told me it was him.
Then you've got your brother-in-law to thank for nearly getting yourself arrested. I didn't want Mario. I just wanted somebody to notice me.
But I noticed you. Was that not enough?
When? When did you ever walk in with a big box of black magic? And it's for a flower? Well, you couldn't even steal me one out the park.
So I never treated you?
Aye, but only when you wanted something. And most of the time you were too bevy to get your legs, never mind anything else out your trousers.
You're talking as if I'm an alcoholic.
I never said you were an alcoholic. But how many times did I get ready to go out and you never turned up? Like that time you were taking me in the way into the pictures, but instead decided to stay in the pub and left us standing waiting for you outside Lewis's in the freezing cold. Oh, I couldn't get away. They were all buying me drink. You know what it's like when you get into company? Well, what about my company? My rollers in all day thinking I'm getting a night out. Noticed me my arse.
You're wrong, you know.
I'm no rang. And the drinking was one thing, but the lies?
Lies? Listen to yourself.
Aye, lies. Like when you and Izzy came into your Uncle John's money and you tell everybody you were taking us to Rothsay. We were going on a picnic to Kilchatton Bay. Remember? Taking the Wayne to the top of Canada Hill to see the view.
I did take you to Rothsay.
Aye, but the only bloody view you got was through the bottom of a pint glass.
You said you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, but I took the Wayne to eat her pieces at Kilchatton Bay. I took her to roll her pennies in the amusements. I took her up Canada Hill. Your heat was firmly stuck down the lavatory pan at the time, if I recall.
Aye, Bernie. You spent all that time with your wee lassie. You're some mother right enough.
Aye, and you're some bloody dreamer. Do you know they call you Pinocchio?
What?
All the guys. Pinocchio, you.
What's that got to do with it?
The wee wedding boy that told many lies that his nose grew out.
You know how that started. I tell you.
No, Angela told me. Oh, your Billy's an affy one for the stories. The guys call him Pinocchio.
When I was an apprentice, I did something right, and somebody called me Wooden-Heed, and then it went on to Pinocchio. That's how that came about. Anyway, what's that Angela got to do with anything? Fucking fat pig with lipstick.
All the fantastic stories. The Mora were doing this, the Mora were doing that. It was always the Mora. And before we knew it, the Mora was here, but your Uncle John's money had been poured down that big stank they call the betting shop.
Okay, I lost a few bob. And I drank too much in Rothsay. I'll give you that. But I gave you the money for the new chairs you wanted.
Aye. And then you smashed them into firewood in a jealous temper. I did wrong, Billy. God knows there's so many around here that will not let me forget it. But you did wrong too. And now I've no intentions of marching up to Dorcha, because I know it would shock her to see me. But I want to see my Wayne, Billy. And if it means I need to get down on my knees and beg you, I'll do it. Please let me see her. Please.
I'll work something out. Just give me a bit of time.
I've not got much time.
I said I'll work something out.
Thanks.
I never went up to the Royal last night because I knew you'd be there.
You know, you should take the Wayne up.
Do you want to take her up?
Me? I'd love to. I just didn't
I
think
need to ask her first, mind. Tell her you're back in that.
Aye, of course.
Right. Well, I'll no see her to my shift ends tonight. Can he promise that she'll want to go with you?
I understand that.
I'm just warning you, that's all.
Ask her, Billy. See what she says. You want more tea?
No, I'm working it too.
You're looking well.
Am
You've put a wee bit of weight on.
I? Well, I needed to. I lost 2 stone when you... Anyway, you're looking well yourself.
Hugh Bailey was telling me you've met somebody. Said she was a lovely lassie.
Bailey tell you that?
Aye. I think he was trying to rub my nose in it. Tell me how much the Wayne likes her.
I hardly knows her. He's met her once. It's just Bailey for you. Keeping things stirring. Anyway, I'd better be off.
Aye. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks for the tea.
He turns to go towards the door, but Bernie runs after him, placing a hand on his shoulder.
Billy, I'm so sorry. I just want you to know that. Please don't hate me.
He swings round, staring at her, tormented but with all the love that he obviously still feels for her.
Hate you? I can never hate you. You're my wife.
Oh, Billy!
She breaks into sobs as he grasps hold of her, and the light fades to blackout as they cling to one another.
Act 2, Scene 2, Izzy's kitchen. More modern than Nellie's 60s style.
You've got to be kidding me.
Do I look as if I'm kidding?
All gone up together, like one big happy family.
Look, it's none of our business, so I
Well, you've shocked me, Izzy. I can't believe it.
came in for his work and asked was the Wayne wakened, and when I said no, he went right in and got her up. I thought Nellie had taken her turn for the worse, but then Detta comes running in, my mammy's back, my mammy's back. Earl William's looking at me like,
The boy would have been wondering what's going on. What did you not tell me last? What did you not tell me last night for?
when? At midnight? Anyway, where did you get to? Band practice doesn't go on that time.
We were just sitting talking. Oh, jeez, my stomach's in a knot. It must have been that bad pint I got. I've been up and down to that laddie all night.
Aye, Hugh, I did notice, between the sound effects and you rolling about that bed, so wonder I got any sleep.
Where is he now?
Away to phone his gaffer. See if he'll give him the night off so he can take her and Detta up to the Royal.
After all he said about her, surely he wouldn't entertain the notion.
Look, Hugh, all he's doing is taking her in the way up to see her mammy. It's not as if...
Jesus, you're up early. Here.
Oh, you down at the school?
I walked William and Detta along. I needed to go to the phone box.
Did you get through to your work?
Aye, got it sorted out.
What's that you got sorted out, Billy?
I need a couple of hours off.
Oh, huh? You going out?
Hugh, you're good at making the New Year dumpling and the ginger wine. You're good at playing the drums. But you're nae Charlton Heston, so stop trying to act. I know you know.
No, what?
Everything that was discussed with me and Izzy last night. About Bernie and me taking the Wayne up to see Nellie.
Never.
You tell him, right?
Aye, I tell you, Hugh, mind.
Then what are you kidding on for? Stop acting it, Bailey.
Alright, I just didn't want to say in case you thought I was talking about you.
You? Talking about people? That would never be you, Hugh. Hey, you, Hugh. Yoo-hoo! Then eggs left.
You seem to have got your appetite back.
Hey, talking about appetites. You need to get that William into some exercise. He's getting too fat.
Oh, he's no.
I'm telling you. He just went into the shop and came out with a Mars bar, 2 dainties and one of the jelly dummy tits. You should have seen him crabbing the 2 dainties into his mouth at once. He's getting like Billy Bunter.
It's only puppy fat. He's a grown boy.
Well, unless you want him to grow any more, you better get him doing that gym. You don't fancy the boxing? It's all boys his age down there. Could be the next Cassius Clay.
My Wayne's not going to any boxing, and you leave me alone. You give me conscience.
I'm only trying to help him. He's too mollycoddle him, he's too soft.
Aye, and you're no.
What's that supposed to
I'll
mean?
just drop it, is he?
Is he? What's up with you? I'm not running your boy down. I care about wee William. It's just that, well, sometimes Waynes can stuff their face because there's an underlying problem.
Problems? Earl William's no got problems.
Calm down, you're getting yourself up to high dough. All I'm trying to say is that some Waynes overeat because they're worried about something at home or maybe getting bullied at school. And then, instead of being a wee bit overweight, they end up fatter and before you know it, they've got the original problem and then all this fat hanging onto them into the bargain that causes more problems. I'm not downing your boy, is he?
Well, sometimes it feels like you're.
Kid him on at times, but there's no malice in it. You're dafty.
Anyway, Detta get into school alright?
Aye.
Is she alright about the night?
She's excited because she'll get to see Nelly. Remember the last time she seen her, the poor old soul was collapsed at the mouth of a close room for the bigot frigate. It was a hell of a shock for her.
And what about?
She'll be fine.
Yeah, sure about that, Billy.
Aye, I'm sure. Anyway, what was up with you last night? I heard you up and down.
Oh, I had a couple of bad pints and I've never been right since. Hardly been off the toilet pan.
Just as well you're off work.
Aye.
Hey you, feast your eyes on that. Local beauty queen Maureen. What a cracker.
Oh, aye, nice looking lassie.
Aye, but I bet she's not got somebody like you to run after.
Just agreeing with Billy.
Maureen is a law student and an award-winning tap dancer. Does he ever tell you I was a tap dancer?
You?
Aye. Isn't that right, is he?
What? When you were wee?
Aye, won all the medals.
Aye. I was a great tap dancer. But I had to give it up.
Oh.
Aye. I kept falling into the sink.
Oh, see you. Your jokes are Shakespeare's. That's ancient.
That ancient you never go to.
Anyway, you were saying about Bernie.
No, I wasn't.
So, is it next week she's here to?
What? Oh, aye. Monday.
And she's no taking...
You know me better than that.
I just wonder...
Well, I'll put you at your suspense. She's no taking Detta near London. Christ, is that the time?
You've only ate half your eggs on toast. Billy scoops out the rest of the hard-boiled egg, puts it in his mouth and gulps down some tea.
I've got to run to the bank.
The bank?
Aye. Mind Izzy. No dinner for me or the wedding tonight. And mind you don't overdo things, Hugh.
Oh.
Watch that bad back of yours or
Oh.
I won't be able to get to your work next week.
Cheeky bastard! Did you hear that? He's away at the bank. That'll be him drawing it all to flash around her.
Aye, I heard him. I don't know.
He shouldn't be spending half a penny on her after all she's done. But you know Billy, big man with the cash, and you know her. She'll be getting her hands on it one way or another. I guarantee it.
But he'll no touch the wee bit he's got put in the blue bank book. That's the when him and the Wayne get their new house.
You mark my words. She'll get that off him.
No, he wouldn't touch that.
Go and check if he's taken that blue book. It's in the top drawer in William's room.
No, Hugh, we can't do that. That's Billy's private business.
But we've looked at it before.
You mean you've looked at it before?
Aye, but I tell you what was in it.
I know, but...
Well then, it's not as if we're stealing off him. We just want to make sure it's just his wee grey account book that he's took and no the blue one.
Well, alright, you keep a look out in case he comes back.
Aye.
Hugh crosses to the big window and looks down into the street below.
Well,
The two books are away. That blue book's got the money in it he's saved for when the corporation gives him a house.
right. He's got the stocking under the mattress. Check if any of that's away.
I wouldn't know if any of that's away because I've no idea what was in it in the first place.
Between the two notes and the change, there should be £6 and 8 shillings.
How do you know? You shouldn't have been sticking your nose into Billy's stuff. He trusts us.
I'm only looking out for him, and you're only looking out for him and all. So go and check the stocking.
You said there was £6 and 8 shillings.
Aye.
Well, there's only £2, 1 and 6.
Well, there you are. He's took that wee bit out for him and all. The scrubber deserves nothing off him.
No, I feel bad. Snooping into Billy's stuff and all that.
What have you done? Had a wee peek, that's all. Come here. There she is. Where is she going?
Get back, Hugh! She'll see you gulping at her.
Can you stop me looking at my own window? Look at the arrogance of that.
Look at the coat she's got on. Must have cost a bomb. Oh, she's still a beautiful looking lassie. You know it breaks my heart to even say that. You know it breaks my heart even to say her.
Breaks your heart, you're off your heat. She's a bloody tart that treated Billy like dirt. Hey look, she's got rollers under her head and the headscarf, getting herself all spruced up. Your brother's a mug. You should have heard what the guys were saying last night
What were they saying?
about her. Jamesy Russell's wife seen her in the C&A trying on a new raincoat.
A new raincoat?
Aye. And you should have heard what name got mentioned. Oh, couldn't repeat it, I missed it myself.
Well, I hope you weren't involved. That's still our Billy's wife.
Well, you know how guys talk.
That's beside the point. And the same James Russell, am I all right in saying his pregnant wife walked past him in the park pushing her other way in the go chair and caught him lying on the grass necking that young lassie?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, I didn't. And as far as I'm concerned, if they're ridiculing her, they're ridiculing Billy.
People have got the right to their opinions.
Aye, as long as they've got the guts to stand up and say it to people's faces. She's made Billy an easy target for the likes of them. None of them could stand up to him, and to be honest, they were always jealous. They made a handsome couple, him and Bernie Black. They're just a bunch of bloody fishwives.
Well, I hope he gives her the bum's rush, and if he gets involved again, I hope he sticks to his own kind.
Is that you bringing religion into it again?
He made it beneath himself. Aye, and all had to be her way. Glad he had the sense to insist that Wayne went to a proddy school when the time came.
You better stop talking like that, especially in front of wee William. You're turning him into a bigot. And anyway, it was Bernie herself that decided that Wayne wasn't going to the Catholic school. And do you not remember all the trouble it caused between her and Nellie? And by the way, are you forgetting what religion my mammy was?
No, I'm no forgetting, but are you forgetting what the old priest did to her when she married your dad, eh?
Makes no difference. That was the old days. That was the way things were then. I don't want that kind of talk in my house.
There is suddenly the noise of something getting pushed through the letterbox.
There's a postie. Make yourself useful.
Right.
Hewitt returns with a handwritten envelope. He crosses quickly to the window and looks down the street below.
Postie didn't deliver this. That wee boy's looking up here. I bet you he put this through.
Let me see. That's Bernie's writing. It's to Billy.
I'll see to this. Where's my glasses?
What are you doing?
Oh, I need to do a wee run to the lavvy. You stick that kettle on, I'll be back in a minute.
There's no way you're steaming that letter open.
This will be her looking for something off him.
How do you know? It might be something of a more personal nature.
The kettle, hurry! Oh my God, my gut's turned inside out. I'm going to sue that pub.
You can't sue anybody because you were out drinking when you were after work.
Izzy picks up the kettle, gives it a shake, and knowing that it has water in it, places it on the gas. Billy enters and she is startled.
Oh, Billy, I thought you were away to the bank.
I went all the way up to the bank, stood in a big long queue, and then realised I hadn't brought my books. You alright? Where's Hugh?
He's in the lavatory.
Again? Must have been a badging. I took my books out and left them lying so I wouldn't forget them, and that's exactly what I did. The account's coming on great. Get matey put off by winnings last week.
Did you boil the kettle? This will be her trying to sweet talk her back in with Billy. Take it from me. It's just that...
Hugh, it's Billy.
No, I know it's Billy, but we need to be one step ahead. He's not thinking straight. With the shock of her turning up like that, it's quite a simple message then. I'll stick it back down. But if it's our own, the hunt for money, if he's on the hunt for money, I'll see he never gets it. I'll put it on the fire.
What you did with the last one she sent?
Oh,
Billy, wait, I mean,
Is this what you let your man get up to behind my back?
it was only a joke. You wouldn't really have...
Oh, he would have done it alright. Alright, Bailey?
Billy, I'm sorry, pal. I really am.
But you were sorry about the letter she sent from London. I did old nosy into that, didn't you? Give you a kick, did it? Reading all the intimate, personal things between a man and his wife.
I wasn't like that. I was just worried about you. Worried and angry with her.
What's he talking about? Billy, what are you talking about?
That's your man, is he? That's if you can call it a man. No wonder he's not got time to go into his work. Gets too much entertainment, sitting round the table, drinking tea and poking his nose into other people's private business. You're a woman, Bailey. You disgust me.
You never held back a letter for Bernie, Hugh, did you?
I meant to give it to him.
You meant to give it to him?
I was only looking out for him. I was just the same as you and me, kicking into the money.
Don't tell me he's been in my drawer and all.
We were just...
If you had wanted more money for my keep.
We don't want more after you, Billy. You give us plenty.
So, if you have stooped into my wee stashes and you'll have noticed that my money in the stockings went down.
Look, Billy, we were just worried about Bernie tapping off you. We just didn't want you to be taken for a mug again.
I've been putting away every penny I can. One of the guys at work's old ma died, and I bought her cooker off him for when me and the Wayne got our place. It was just brand spanking new before the wee woman died. He's storing it for me.
Aye, I remember you said that.
I rationed myself with the fags, the bookies and all, except for a few shillings at the end of the month when my money had mounted up in that stocking. And I've been gaining that boy so much every few weeks for that cooker, it's nearly paid off.
That's why we're worried, Billy. We knew you'd been saving for when you get a place.
And when you noticed my wee stash had gone down, you assumed that I was giving it to Bernie.
You know yourself how, well, persuasive she can be.
Well, the two of yous were wrong.
I'm sorry, Billy.
So you should be. Him. I wouldn't expect anything else. Don't suppose you've mentioned to your wife that I've already walked in on you already this week? Overheard you making your big mouth go?
Overheard you? Overheard what?
No, didn't think you would have. Like I say, I don't expect any more off you. But you? Anyway, I hadn't intended mentioning it, but yous have left me no choice.
What do you mean?
Wee William, dipping his fingers into my money for months, eating his dinner here, and then straight down to Rose's chippy to eat more.
William. Our William.
Caught him red-handed.
No way.
Ask him. Thieving off his own uncle? Oh, you'd have trained him well. He's as good at sticking his fingers into people's stuff as the two of yous. What was it my ma used to say, eh? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Oh, look, I'm sorry. See what's happened? I hope you're happy.
Nellie's kitchen, Bernie enters, turning on the light. Billy follows, carrying Detta over his shoulder. She's sound asleep. He leaves the door open.
She's out for the count. Too much excitement for one night.
Billy smiles and nods in agreement. Together they unbutton and remove Detta's coat and shoes and lay her on Nellie's bed. Bernie fetches an old patchwork quilt and covers the child. They both kiss her. Billy pulls a curtain across the set in bed to let her sleep.
I saw her starting to nod off in the cafe. Nearly did he manage to finish her iced drink.
I hope she gets a good sleep and doesn't fret, because she was a bit taken aback seeing my mammy like that.
She'll be fine. She's seen her, that's the main thing. Whatever happens, and she's seen you, she'll sleep happy.
Billy, thanks for letting me keep her the night. I appreciate it. And another thing, can you tell Izzy thanks for everything that she's done? She'll no talk to me, but I want her to know that I'll never forget it.
You know what she's like, she'll tell Henry.
Are you sure it's alright about the school tomorrow?
What difference is one day going to make? Keys a bit of time together. Take her down the town or the park or something, the way I love that.
Ah, well, and thanks. You've been more than decent.
Well, I better be away up the road.
You don't need to go, Billy.
Aye, I do.
Bernie goes to the set in bed, reaches inside and pulls out a stack of extra blankets.
Here. You can sleep here, Billy. You can...
Stop it, Bernie.
I don't want you to go. I want you to stay with me.
Are you forgetting the wains here?
Debt is sound to the world. Stay with me, Billy.
Billy shakes his head solemnly and turns from her to leave. Bernie runs after him, wrapping her two arms around him. Billy stops.
Please.
Billy breaks free of her, hold on, and reaching the door, takes hold of the handle and locks the door. He turns to her and takes her hand. Billy kisses her and then helps her spread the blankets and cushions on the floor. The lights dim and they sit down together on the makeshift bed. Act 2. Scene 4. Izzy's kitchen at breakfast time the next morning. Izzy is clearing the breakfast dishes away when Billy comes in, carrying morning rolls and a newspaper.
Alright,
Aye, there's tea in the pot.
there's fresh rolls there.
Here, take that.
Away you go.
Take it.
I don't want money. Anyway, taking two out with me.
You going into your work?
Of course I am.
When you didn't come home last night, I just presumed you'd be phoning in.
No, I'm going in.
And what about the wee Ian? She no got her school bag?
She's still in bed. I gave her the day off.
Oh, I see.
She got in to see Nellie, just for a few minutes, but I think that was enough for her. You know, with all the tubes and that.
How is old song?
No good. Listen, Izzy, see all that yesterday?
I know, it was out of order. We've had a good talk with William and he's admitted everything.
That would mean the bad books now. I promised him I wouldn't grass him up.
You didn't grass him up. We forced it out of you. So we did. I'm sorry, Billy. And who's sorry too?
Where is he?
Hugh, away to his work.
Well, he did some good. Going back to work. This fireside chair will get a bit of respite for his arse.
Aye. So you decide to let Bernie see the Wayne then?
Aye.
Well, she has her mother, I suppose. How did
Listen, Izzy, there's something I need to discuss with you.
You're taking her back. I'm right, Billy, aren't I?
She wants to come back. To me and the Wayne.
And what about you? What do you want?
Well,
You want her back. I know you well enough to see that. What about London? She need to give up her fancy jobs.
oh, yeah, that's just the thing. She might not need to give him up.
But how? Oh, you're no thinking.
Aye.
London? Taking the Wayne down there?
It's not the end of the world.
But your name's down with the corporation. You've got a job. What happens if you go away down there and
She'll know.
How do you know what she'll do? She's done it before.
But
what? Remember the state you were in? You lost your house, and your old mother-in-law, that's lying up in the Royal, had to let you sleep on her flare till Hugh's dad died and I had space for you. Oh, for God's sake, Billy.
I knew you'd be like this.
It's because I love you. I love you and I'm terrified she'll do it again. She's always been one for doing daft things. Bernie's flighty, Billy. Her head's in a cloud.
Flighty or no, I want her back. I want her back.
Then, in that case, take her back. But don't drag that Wayne away down to London.
That's where she wants to be. What can I do?
What can you do? You're a bloody man, so act like one. Put your foot down. Tell her you'll take her back. She comes back to Glasgow or...
Or what?
You listen to me, Billy. This place is all changing. Nobody knows what all this redevelopment's going to bring.
Exactly. The houses are getting torn down and they're building a big bridge right through the middle of the place. Maybe getting away is the best thing. Think about it. What's Glasgow ever done for us?
That's no the point. It's your home. You're going to get the keys to a brand new flat.
A brand new flat in Anderston. Bingo.
Well, there's other places you can apply for.
And work for the same pittance as I'm getting now. End up like my dad, all twisted up with arthritis because of the pelting rain and the cold.
You've got a good job.
Aye, well, maybe I can get a better one.
London's no the land of milk and honey, you know.
Aye, I know that, but Bernie says...
Bernie says, would you listen to yourself?
No, you listen, Izzy. Do I interfere with your life? Do I tell you you'd be better off without Hugh? Well, do I?
This isn't about me and you.
No, come on. Do I tell you that him you run after is complete waste of space? You know yourself you could have got 10 times better than him.
See, that's just the point, Billy. I didn't think I could have got better than him. Oh aye, many's a guy walked at me up the road for the dancing, but it was always just a favour to their pals that were walking Bernie home.
Don't put yourself down like that.
It's true. I mean, look at me. I'm playing. I've always been playing. And when he showed a bit of interest in me, spent a few shillings on me, well, for the first time in my life, I felt special, attractive even.
Izzy, you're a fine woman.
But I'm no Bernie. And it's the Bernies of the world that men want, no the Izzies.
That's not true.
Aye, it is. And waste of space. You're right. Sometimes I look at him and it's as if he's somebody I don't know, don't want to know, if the truth be told. It's not the first time I put my coat on and
What? What is it?
I caught him out.
Really? What? You mean with a woman?
Aye, a lassie that cleaned the lodge. She was married and all.
I'll fucking kill him.
No, you'll know. Oh, don't get me wrong, I gave him the wedding china right over his head. But where did that get me, eh? A trip to the midden with a pail of broken cups and saucers?
Dirtin' lying swine. He's still not seeing her.
No, he knew better.
The idea, is he?
I thought about leaving him, taking wee William. But then his dad collapsed and we had to take him and look after him.
A dying down though, you should have left him.
Aye, well, I'm no Bernie, and we all do things different.
If you ever get a whiff again, you tell me, and I'll...
You wit. Bar him to a pub like you did with that Italian boy? No, Billy, I'll never be the cause of you getting to jail.
Bailey, would you believe it?
Anyway, it's in the past now, so just forget about it. You've enough to think about now with this London business. And what about Nellie?
Ellie's not going to last. But if she pulls through, you never know, we might get her in there. Get her out of Glasgow, no?
Well, you would be needing a hell of a strong crowbar for that. They can't even get her to agree to a nice wee house in any of the new schemes.
Aye, I know.
And what are you going to say to Joan? You seem to have forgot about her and all this.
Haven't you forgot about her? Joan's been great.
And kind to the Wayne.
I tell her Bernie was on her way back up the morning you tell me. I'll meet up with her and I'll explain things.
That lassie's awful fond of you, Billy. She'll be taken aback.
Aye, well,
Anderson's no Beverly Hills, but our family's lived here since great-granda crawled aft the boat with his ribs sticking out with hunger. Mammy and Daddy didn't have much, but they were happy here.
Hen, can you no see? The Anderson that you and me know is disappearing. Look out the window, walk up the street, or what's left of it. And aye, they'll give us the keys to a new flat, 8, 9, maybe 10 stories up, but it'll never be the same, because half the people we know will not be there anymore.
Maybe you're right. Fuck, I don't know.
Come here, you. Don't worry about anything. I know what I'm doing. Name you're fighting, right?
Maybe you're fighting.
And what about you? Are you happy, is he?
I'm just getting over what life throws at me.
That's not what I asked.
Put it this way. I'll be happy when I see you happy again.
Your sister in a million, is he? 1 in a million. Act 2, Scene 5. Everything is in darkness. All are dressed in black as a rosary is being said for Nellie, who has died.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God,
Pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Amen.
The curtain rises on Nellie's kitchen, which is much barer than before, with pictures and photos removed and suitcases and packing cases here and there. Bernie is still dressed in morning black as she gathers together bundles of clothing and other items. The radio plays instrumental music softly in the background. She wanders around the room, picking up items and recalling the memories attached to each. Suddenly there's a sound of a younger Nellie entering the room. Nellie is 10 years younger and is dressed smartly for a wedding. She wears makeup and her hair is darker and styled. She wears a fur coat and carries a floral corsage as she searches around for pins with which to secure the flower to her coat.
Pins, where did I leave them?
She goes to the fireplace and rakes around the mantelpiece for some pins. She notices the time from the big clock and starts to become anxious.
Oh, look at the time. Where's that lassie got to?
Nellie exits and we hear the clip-clopping of her shoes on the landing. She knocks on a door loudly.
Bernadette, are you nearly finished in there? You'll need to watch your time.
Enter Nellie. She goes back to the fireplace and locates the pins, then uses a big mirror above the fire to position her flower in the coat and secure it with the pins.
Right, that'll do it.
She takes the fur coat off and carefully drapes it over a kitchen chair. She walks downstage to look out the window, as though watching for someone who is expected to arrive. She goes and takes another look in the mirror, checking her makeup and hairdo.
Come on, come on.
Enter Bernie. Dressed only in her underslip and stockings and slippers, she wears a bridal veil. She is much younger and clearly pregnant.
At last. You need to get your skates on. Your Uncle Andrew's going to be here in 10 minutes. You can't be running about in your underwear.
I can't stop peeing. I think it's nerves. I just hope I can keep it in through the mass.
Well, you just need to. That's what comes from drinking all that tea all night.
I couldn't sleep. With the excitement in that.
Aye, well, you've not had a wink of sleep, I've told you. You'll need to take all the rest you can, because when the baby comes, you'll not have a minute to yourself.
I'm just up to high dough. I've got butterflies in my belly and I just feel as if I need the lavvy every 5 minutes.
Right. Is that you then? Ready to get into this dress?
Oh, Mammy, do you think it'll fit me? What if it doesn't?
It'll fit you, no bother.
See the panel you put in the back? You definitely can't see it.
Nellie goes to the bed and, leaning into the back of the bed, lifts out the wedding dress and holds it up. She turns it round to reassure Bernie that alterations to the back of the dress will not be noticed.
Bernie, you tried it on after I put the panel, and it's lovely on you. And with a wee jacket over the top, it'll be fine. It's a beautiful dress. You're a lucky lassie to have a cousin kind enough to pass it on to you.
Aye, Mammy, it's a beautiful dress. And you're right, I am lucky. Really lucky because I've got you. And I've got Billy. My Billy.
Oh aye, we can't forget Billy, can we?
Look at the sheen of the material. Wait till he sees me. He won't be able to keep his eyes off me.
Aye, well, he better try, because I don't want him drilling over you in front of father.
As if he's gonna.
He's never got his hands off you, Bernadette. All that cuddling and kissing in public. I've told you before, there was too much of that went on with the two of yous.
Well, after the day, it doesn't matter because we'll be married. We'll be man and wife and we can do what we like.
Oh, listen to that. We can do what we like. If the two of yous will be doing what you've been up to, I mean, what do you call that? Was that no you doing what you like? Or maybe that was just too much of my dumpling?
I thought we were in a hurry to get ready before my Uncle Andrew comes.
And I hope you've warned your lordship that he's not to take a detour to the pub on his way up to the chapel, because if he turns up with a drink on his breath, Father will take him aside and have a word with him.
Oh, Mammy, for God's sake.
Don't you say that. We're just about to take your vows in God's house.
Oh, my big bag of nerves as it is. Don't keep going on about Billy. He's going to the chapel, is that no enough?
Well, I'm just saying that's all. Billy's a bit too fond of the bottle for his own good, and where that temper he's got, he's better staying clear of it. He's only a young man, Bernadette, and he's going to have responsibilities now, so he needs to think of that.
Okay, you've said it.
I'm just thinking about you in that wedding that's coming. I don't have any doubt you'll be mature enough to take care of a baby, but that Billy needs to grow up and realise that the two of yous will be depending on him.
Billy will be a good man and a good daddy if you give him a chance.
It's not about giving him a chance, it's about looking after you in that wedding. And the only way you can do that is by keeping out the pub and the betting shop.
Nellie holds the dress open in front of her for her to step into.
No, step into it. Careful, Bernadette. Don't stand in the hen. That gambling the mug stain. He'll never have a penny in his pocket as long as he gambles.
Billy's no had a bet in months.
Months.
We've discussed all this, Mammy. Billy and me. He's made me a promise that there would be no more gambling now that the baby's coming.
Well, I hope he keeps his promise for your sakes and that baby's. Bernie, you could have got any boy around here. Any boy at all. There's Mrs. Ryan's Vincent. That boy was awful fond of you.
Oh, don't start this about Vincent again, Mammy. Vincent's a nice boy, but...
That boy's going to university. The university? Did you hear me? He's going to be a doctor.
I'm not interested. I love Billy.
He wanted to take you out. Mrs. Ryan kept asking me, would you not go out with Vincent?
Mammy, would you forget about Vincent and his mammy?
Aye, she's a lucky wee woman, Mrs. Ryan. One boy going to be a doctor and another one away to Rome. Doesn't get any better than that. And the boy was mad about you and all, Bernadette.
Well, I'm quite sure he'll no die a death because I've went and got married.
Aye, one a doctor and one a priest. But that's what comes to saying your prayers. That woman's never away for the altar. Blessed. That's what Mrs. Ryan is. Blessed.
Well, I'm quite sure Vincent will be blessed and all. He'll meet a nice lassie and get married one day too. He's sure to do well, especially with all that going for him. How does it look?
Just stand there a minute.
Nellie goes to the set-in bed and reaches under to pull out a long mirror. She stands it against the wall and wipes her hands before pulling gently at the underskirt of the dress.
Doesn't touch a drink either. Helps to take all the invalids away to the grotto. All the poor souls in wheelchairs and the sick wains and that.
Are we still talking about Vincent?
Got money for his feathers, old auntie in Ireland, and put by some for when he goes away to do his odd studies. And do you know what he did with the rest, eh?
Mammy, are we not meant to be hurrying to get ready before my Uncle Andrew comes to what we do in the aisle?
Donegal.
What?
Donegal took his mammy out to Donegal. Went away and looked up all the records and fun out where wee Mrs. Ryan's people came from. And would you believe it? He took her right back to the wee house her mother was born in.
Vincent?
Aye. What do you think of that?
What do you think of that? I think wee Mrs. Ryan knitted Vincent herself. That's what I think. He's a real saint, he is.
Is that you being cheeky, lady? Sarcastic?
No.
Just because the boy's clean living and respects people, doesn't he walk up the street singing when his team wins, which is more than I can say for some.
Billy done that once and I told him off. And it was only because he was...
Only because what? Remind me again.
Okay. Only because he was drunk. Satisfied? Once he did it. Once. And I bet, yeah, if it was the other side that won and one of the boys went up the road singing, you wouldn't have had anything to say about it. Anyway, forget Billy, forget about Vincent, and hold the mirror up till I see myself before I need to run to the lavvy again.
Right.
She holds it in front of Bernie so that she can see herself in the dress.
What do you think?
Oh, it's... Mammy, you've done the dress lovely.
Are you happy with it?
All the wee extra bits you fixed. It's...
It's beautiful, Hen. Oh, you're beautiful.
Thanks, Mammy. You're the best Mammy in the world.
And you're the best lassie in the world. And I just hope Lord Jaws up the road realises what he's getting when he puts that ring on your finger today. You're a smart lassie, Bernadette, and you've got the looks. You could have went places, Hen.
I'm going up the road to marry my Billy Spears, Mammy. That's the only place I want to go.
They look at one another for some time and eventually Nellie puts the mirror aside, helps Bernie on with the bolero jacket and then puts her fur coat on. She crosses to the window and looks down to the street below. Nellie nods her head and smiles at her.
Oh, that's your uncle here? Come on, we've got a wedding to go to.
Bernie enters, the lights come up and Billy enters carrying a box of cakes.
Oh, it's perishing. It's late already and we're not even into November yet.
You're freezing. Oh, what's this? A wee cake for your wife?
Your favourite. Fern cake for you and a jammy coconut one for me.
And who's the rest for? We getting company?
No, just us. Got the wee French cake for the wee.
I thought for a minute there you were going to say Izzy was dropping by. I'm still disappointed she never came back after my ma's funeral.
Just give her a bit of time, eh? She'll come round, you know, Izzy.
Aye, you're right. Anyway, I've got tons of this packed. That's for the Salvation Army jumble sale, so you can hand it in to Mrs Dixon. They 2 boxes are for the midden, because I wouldn't insult the Salvation Army jumble sale with that stuff. My mammy must have been going about here in rags. There were holes in all our cardigans. You alright?
Aye, I'm fine. You were saying?
I was just showing you what's what. I've been getting on like a house on fire since the way we went to school.
Sit down. You're doing too much. You've never stoked since the funeral.
No, I'll get this finished first and then I'll stop. It's making me feel better when I'm busy. You put the tea on.
Bernie, sit down. I think we should have a wee talk about things.
2 minutes, right? Just sticking all this together. It's some of Detta's wee books. We can get them the next time we're back. That was good at Izzy offering to store some of our stuff at hers. Mind and thank her for that.
Bernie.
Maybe when we get settled, she'll agree to come down and pay us a wee visit. You know, when we get a place for her own, she would love London. I tell you.
Listen.
And I know, Billy, I know we can go to the council when we're down and apply for a place because we'll be classed as overcrowded at the bedsit. Soon as we get down, we'll go and put our names down and...
See, that's just the thing, Bernie.
It'll be a bit of a tight squeeze for us to begin with, but they'll give us priority on the housing list.
Bernie, I'm no going.
We'll go back down and... What?
I'm not going to London.
What do you mean you're no going? We're all packed. I've told all the neighbours. I've cleared all this
You
and...
would have had to clear your mummy's stuff out anyway.
But I thought it was you and me. I thought you wanted me back together.
I've wanted nothing more in my whole life than you and me together.
Well then, it'll be you and me and the Wayne, like we said. My landlady's agreed to take yous. I've got it all arranged.
I'll phone the woman and thank her. I'll tell her I'm bringing you down to collect your stuff.
Collect my stuff. Get up my room and Clapham. And then what?
You've still got your mammy's keys. The factor would be glad if the rent of the building comes down.
Live here?
Just for a wee while, just to arrange something better for us.
Something where? Anderston?
Bernie, listen to me.
No, Billy, I'm no listening. It's alright for you. People's no pointing at you in the street.
Nobody's pointing at you. You only think that in your own head. Anyway, there's other places we can go, nice new estates.
What about the fresh start we talked about?
It will be a fresh start. Me and you. The 2 of us have made mistakes, we know that now. This time it'll be better.
Aye, Billy, but no here. No here, for God's sake. Have you not known me long enough to understand how I feel about this dump?
We'll forget about this place. We've got plenty stashed away, enough to get us a deposit somewhere else.
Where? Partick?
What's wrong with Partick now? You used to love Partick.
I know I did once, but...
But it's no London. That it? And what about the Wayne? She's settled here.
Well, she's not going to be settled for much longer. Nobody is. So, what made you change your mind?
I don't know. I was just lying awake at night thinking about it all. I just know it's no right for me. For us as a family.
So despite all you said, despite all the promises and all the plans, you've decided you're no going? Well, I suppose that's it then.
Nothing's changed, Bernie. I still want you back. I love you. You know that.
So which one of them have I got to thank for this?
This has nothing to do with them.
Oh, is it no?
I mean, Izzy was worried about the weighing, but she was only giving her opinion.
Well, your sister wasn't asked for her opinion. And what was she worried about? Det has got me, our mother.
Come here, you'll get yourself upset. You've done enough greeting since Nelly.
I can't live here, Billy.
Well, we'll no live here. Okay, forget about here.
I was wanting to show you Piccadilly. And the palace.
You can still show me all that. We can take the Wayne down for a wee holiday. You can show us the sights.
And then leave the sights and come back here.
Listen, we can scout about and look at some of the new schemes. One of the guys in the work just handed in his notice and he's moving out to East Kilbride.
East Kilbride? Is that not way down the coast near Saltcoats?
No, that's West Kilbride you're thinking about. If it's the coast you want, we can get a wee motor and drive down.
But you can't drive.
I can learn. Talking about the coast, they're building hundreds of new houses in Irvine. Irvine! Remember I took you? Come on, Bernie, what do you say?
Does it matter what I say?
I'll make you happy again, I promise you. Now, hold the tea for half an hour. I'll dive up to the phone and phone Nelly's factor. I'll tell him we're holding on to the keys till this place for another week and that we're desperate for somewhere. You never know what he'll come up with.
Aye, okay.
I'll make you the happiest woman in the world. I promise you.
Bernie paces round the room. She waves to Billy from the window. Then she lifts Stetta's photo and retrieves her father's photo from the drawer, wraps them together in a tea towel and puts them into one of the boxes. She looks around the room. She looks around the home she grew up in, and after some deliberation, she retrieves her suitcase from under the set-in bed. She starts to pack her own things. She takes her father's and Deta's photos back out the box and puts them into a separate bag. Bernie hurriedly puts her coat on and then takes a last lingering look around the room. She opens the door and Billy stands in the doorway, blocking her exit. They stare at one another for a moment before he enters.
Just go as far as the top of the street and I suddenly had this feeling all through my body, right in here.
I can't, Billy. I just can't.
Was she getting a Cheerio this time? I've gone away, Chris.
Have you any idea how hard this is?
So running out's easier.
Come with me. Come back to London. I love you and I love Deta.
No, you don't. You don't love us. Because if you love somebody, you never leave them. Doesn't matter if you had to lie in the street with them, you'd never leave them. That's love, Bernie. You don't know what love is.
You're wrong. I'll always love you. Always.
But love is for a distance. Hundreds and hundreds of miles away from us.
You can come down.
You walk out that door and make out your life for good. That's the choice you're making here. Please, don't leave me.
Don't, Billy. Don't beg. You're better than that.
That's what I'm doing. I'm begging you. Please don't leave us again. I've loved you since I was 4 years old. Since I first remember ever seeing you playing Peever in the street with our Izzy. You were only 6.5, but you were a big lassie to me. A big lassie that tried to carry me on her back up to the park, remember?
Don't make this any harder.
I love you. You're my whole life.
She closes her eyes and releases his grip and moves away from him. He breaks down completely. She exits. Some time passes and instrumental music plays softly. Suddenly the door opens and Bernie re-enters. She drops her suitcase and runs to him, cradling his head into her body. They stay locked in this embrace for some time before she speaks.
I hate this place. I've always hated it. Even as a Wayne. And this place, believe it or no, was a step up for the place she gave birth to me in. She used to tell me the stories about how the rats jumped over the drawer she used as my cot the first night I was born. And from that night to the night I married you, I slept in beside her. Cold winter nights, we curried in together. She wasn't a big woman, but she always seemed big to me. Big and safe. I used to cuddle up to her, my wee body curling round her bum, my wee arms clasping at her waist while she read her books.
Aye. She was a great reader, Nelly.
If it wasn't books for the library, it was our prayer books. Novenas for this one and that one. It must have hurt her to know that no matter how hard she tried scrubbing and cleaning and standing for hours in the wash house doing other people's washing, she'd never be able to make me anything other than ashamed. ashamed of this, the crumbling old building, the middens and the rats and the smell of whiskey out the back door of the pub as you came in close. I hated it then, and I hate it now. The rain, the cold, this Glasgow. But if it means that I've got to accept this, in order to have you and Detta, then that's the way it's got to be.
So, nae London?
Nae London.
Oh, Bernie.
No. The two of us will wash our faces, and you'll want to take me up to Izzy's.
Izzy's?
She's still no talking to me, I know that. But it's up to me to put things right again. Prove myself as a wife and a mother. I'm the one who broke this with Izzy, and I'm the one who needs to fix things. So come on, let's go. I've got a big bridge to mend.
They fall into a tight embrace, then link arms and exit together. A backdrop curtain comes down, and there are projected images of the Kingston Bridge being built, pictures of all 1960s Anderson, high-rise castle or early Easterhouse schemes at East Kilbride, as something more plays loudly.